Hello and welcome to this short reading, which I'm doing thanks to Paul Maddern, director of the John Hewitt International Summer School. 5 poems. Hanging House in a Canal. It lay on the other side, the colour of country butter. I longed to enter any way I could, by door, window, chimney. Found it locked. But there was a reflection, clear as a mirror in the still waters, the raised brows of dormer windows as it hung there, upside down, the poking nose of the porch, the comforting torso of walls. I stripped off, knew immediately what to do, dived, entered that beckoning house, its bubbling whispers, an embrace as I burst through its porch reflection. Now, within, I am drowning in secrets, in the company of water rats, diving herons, grey roach and crayfish, with my own, as always. That poem will be in my forthcoming collection, Massacre of the Birds, which appears from Salmon next autumn. The next one is called The Men I Once Knew, and I wrote it for my daughter Anna one summer when she was about 21 and feeling a little bit bored, and I wanted her to go out and enjoy herself. The Men I Once Knew. They offered gifts like male penguins in courtship. One offered a bag of lemons, bright and warm from the Mediterranean garden where he plucked them. Another took me on a boat. It had no life jackets. We sailed dangerously. I was seasick for hours. "No problem," he said, "just watch the horizon." The third kept painting me. "Botticelli, Venus," he murmured, digging his brush to the canvas, failing each time to find a line to match the line of my thigh. Lemons, life jacket, a canvas. We failed calamitously, but even now on any day, I can't say I ever felt ruined by their attentions. It was how we passed the time, pleasantly. Telling a friend about reading Lorca in the Alhambra. "This was happiness," I said. We talked about the quick, perfect stealth of those moments. I sat beneath orange trees and the ground breathed up on me. A gentle possession, a lover long known, rarely seen. And later, when the sun had set that day, a full moon stealing over the Sierras, I thought of going to Santiago de Cuba, as he had done, of dancing to Cuban rhythms, rum on my tongue, a reek of skin, all body burning up. Some years ago, I was in Gotland in a writers' and translators' house, and while I was there, the first groups of Syrian immigrants arrived on the shores of Sweden and were being made very welcome, and I used to often see them as I would walk out. The little waves like judgments. Near the third beach beyond the town, the Syrians have arrived with baggage and chattels of their journeys. The people say, "Welcome to Sweden. You are safe here." This winter in Visby, they live in holiday chalets. Already, they walk the seafront with shopping bags, with clear faces. They will not be hungry or thirsty, hounded like sewer rats. With what dignity they walk, as if nothing had happened, and they come unmarked, their faces knowing only the future. Their boys are playing football in the grass beneath gunmetal bare trees. Next summer, their children will swim on the warm shoreline, tossed by the little waves, shingle and sand. A whole sea like a judgment on us. Sea boulders like full stops at sunset. And my last poem is Buenos Aires Autumn. The trees here are playing with fire, but on my island the cold sap rises. All day in this heat, my flesh is a violin. The strings melt and are songless. Something leaves me or arrives. I cannot be certain. The Rio de la Plata sends mud songs to the estuary, intent on harmony with other rivers. Eva Perón rests in La Recoleta, where afternoon crowds leave posies wrapped in paper. In Puerto Madero, the air is smoky from the steakhouses near the Puente de la Mujer. The water of the Salado brown with a sediment of bass notes. In Ireland, the rivers chant one note. Each mines its own sound passage to the sea, rises in wet spring times of fluted birch, nippled oak buds which will not soften until May. In the south, I feel the breath of a god about to close passageways of air. Sing on, some people say. Be silent, say I, looking to cross the equator in a rush of clouds, to be drenched in the hill woods and mire of my own fields. Thank you.